Hey everybody, how's it going? Josh here. I'll be making a few videos about Captain America Civil War, kind of just explaining stuff. I hate that, hot keyword, kind of like that fad of explained, but I mean, by definition, I will be explaining stuff, so I don't really know how else to describe it. Let's get on with it. This one is Black Panther slash T'Challa, and also like Wakanda in general. So we'll just start off with Wakanda first. Spoiler warning, just going forward, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you haven't seen the post-credit scenes, um, you know, just come back to this video later when you have seen them, because I don't want to risk spoiling it for you guys. But yeah, basically in the first post-credit scene, Bucky slash Winter Soldier gets put back on ice in Wakanda until they can kind of fix the mental programming that Hydra's done to him, because obviously in the movie they show us that if you say certain trigger words, it will set him off into full-on Winter Soldier, kind of Hydra assassin mode, which is pretty cool to see because I think a lot of in history, a lot of KGB sleeper agents had that. So it's cool that they kind of incorporate that in the Bucky, and he had that in the comics too. I think his code name was I think Sputnik was the word to kind of like shut him off, something like that. Like Sputnik made him pass out or whatever. I don't really remember what his trigger word was in the comics at least, but in this movie he has that, so he's kind of like a danger, basically, because if anyone gets a hold of these words, you can kind of control them, as Zemo showed us. So Black Panther allows Bucky to be put on ice in Wakanda. It's also kind of implied that T'Challa will harbor the now secret Avengers in Wakanda, maybe fund them also. He shouldn't have a problem doing that, as he's richer than Iron Man technically in the comics. So this will be interesting to see going forward. Will the Avengers have a cameo in the Black Panther solo movie? Will they not? That remains to be seen. However, another thing that we are kind of shown is the kind of landscape of Wakanda. And it's really cool, we get to see waterfalls and, the stereotypical, traditional African, kind of like setting in the jungle-esque look. So that's really cool. Looking forward. I really hope to see more of that. We get to see a great Panther statue, probably in dedication to the Panther god Bass, who they do reference in this movie. And also, we get to see that it's more of a showing than telling that Wakanda has extremely advanced technology. Either from T'Challa's jet in the movie, we get to see that as kind of like a showing slash more than telling example. And then also just the background when they are putting Bucky back on ice. The screens and stuff like that have a very futuristic look to it. They're not running on Windows XP at all. That's basically what I'm getting at here. So there's that about Wakanda, which is pretty cool. Also, Wakanda seems to have some political power, which is pretty impressive, seeing as T'Chaka is basically leading that United Nations kind of meeting. I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of like a nice, maybe like just that's how kind of, I don't know how to really describe it, but it shows the importance of Wakanda on the world stage, which I did like. Now, speaking of the Black Panther in general and the leadership of Wakanda, it is made apparent in this movie that unlike the comics, the king does not have to be the Black Panther. Now, what I mean by that is that usually the Black Panther is a royal title given to the king of Wakanda. In this movie, however, it seems that the king does not have to be the Black Panther. The Black Panther is simply the greatest warrior of, Wakanda. So in this movie, T'Challa is the Black Panther before T'Chaka dies. However, once T'Chaka dies, he becomes king. I think that's pretty interesting. It's a nice little. It leaves room for the future villain to be someone who challenges T'Challa's ability to both rule and be Black Panther of Wakanda. Because even though you would think that both of those roles would be in line with each other, I could see where maybe it might, differ a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Well, a spider just landed on my microphone. Maybe it'll bite me. I'll get spider powers. And you'll see how that goes. But yeah, so T'Challa is both Black Panther and King, which is something that's rather unique in this universe, it seems. That's pretty cool. Also, we get to see physically, ability-wise, he seems to be on par with characters like Black Panther and Winter Soldier, who are both enhanced by some variation of the Super Soldier Serum. Obviously, Captain America got kind of like the purest version of it, and Bucky kind of got a pseudo Arnim Zola replicant, essentially. And honestly, like, there's really not much more to say beyond that. I mean, I thought Chadwick Boseman did a great job playing T'Challa. I thought his accent was pretty cool. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. So when I heard him talk, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, especially after hearing his regular voice and the voice he used for other movies like, Jackie Robinson on 42 and things like that. So comment below what your guys' thoughts. So how did you guys like Black Panther? Did you like him with the whole vibranium mesh, armor that made him basically bulletproof and kind of like, soundproof when he's stalking prey technically? What do you want to see in his future movie? I would love to see Necropolis. They kind of hinted at Necropolis a little bit, being the whole like death is like only a stepping off point in Wakandan kind of culture and beliefs. But I would love to see Necropolis in full, future kings kind of hologram like style. Not hologram, but you know what I mean, like kind of a astral projection S in the afterlife style. I would love to see, maybe a flashback to the Panther ritual. That'd be pretty cool too. I think they'll probably do the herb. That makes most sense. Villains though, what do you guys think? I think M'Baku, the White Ape might be a good one. Especially, he would definitely be the type of character to challenge T'Challa's ability to rule the throne and be Black Panther, appropriately. He would be someone to do that. Claw would be pretty cool to see, even though it'd be hard to make him the type of villain he was in the Black Panther comics because he's not responsible for T'Chaka's death in this universe. So that would be interesting to see how they kind of do his character and like, motivations, things like that between him and Black Panther. Also, another character that has been thrown around is Kraven the Hunter. This would be pretty cool to see. They actually have a lot more in common that could be worked with than maybe doing Kraven and Spider-Man right now. The reason why I say that is because if you read the comics, Kraven's based out in Africa in the first place, and he does use plants, herbs, and potions to enhance his physical abilities, to make him the great hunter he is. So all that together kind of really can work well for a Black Panther villain. Honestly, when you really think about it, it makes a lot more sense than him traveling all the way to New York just to fight Spider-Man. Africa would be more of his setting, definitely, and they could definitely tie in the herbs and stuff with the ones that Black Panther already takes to become the Black Panther. So that's all I have to say on this, though. Comment below what your guys' thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say, hear what you guys got to think, and hopefully become Spider-Man. # Josh for Spider-Man. I'll see you guys later.